Emergency. Queen's Quest arrived. Emergency. Queen's Quest arrived. Emergency. Queen's Quest arrived.
Down to the queens.
Hello, ladies, gentlemen, and everybody inside and outside of the gender spectrum, and welcome back to Stardom Quest, the best weekly Stardom podcast anywhere in the world. I'm as always Alex, and I am joined by Dylan. Hi, Dylan.
Hi, Alex. Hey, guys. I'm back in the homeland outside Chicago, Illinois for Christmas. But I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be talking about Stardom, even though I didn't watch the house shows this past weekend. Sorry. They look pretty bad. I watched New Blood, so I mean that's enough. That's enough Stardom for the weekend. But yeah, I'm happy to be here. Yeah, not a lot to say. We have a lot to cover, so let's get into it.
No bits this week.
No bits. There will be
Crazy.
bits.
Oh my
There
God.
will be bits, but no bits right now.
Eventually? Okay,
Eventually.
no bits to start. You're gonna sneak them in.
Yeah, I'll find a way.
All right. Okay, sounds good. All right. So, a lot happening in the world of Stardom this past week. One of the big things is that there was more information on Sasha Banks coming out. She's basically confirmed for Wrestle Kingdom. She's in Japan for the next week or so.
Oh, when did that happen?
So there was this like I don't know, it's like an influencer thing in Japan, and they were like, oh hey, like this big, Instagram star and movie star Sasha Banks is going to be in Japan, and she wants to like collaborate with some Japanese brands, social media stuff. So they kind of blew the lid that she's in Japan for the next while, and there was another report I think that said she specifically has one date agreed with Stardom, so it would appear
Climax, World Climax.
Yeah, it would appear that our guest from last week is going to be what it is the going to challenge Kairi on a New Japan show, and then wrestle somebody else on Stardom. Saw some people who seem to believe that she's going to be like in the trenches, but no, Sasha Banks will not be working Gunma.
She's XX. She's not even She's not even the first X. She's XX in Triangle Derby. That's true.
Of course,
you heard it here first.
Yeah, Sasha is going to be working Gunma.
Yeah.
100 for 100K a day. She's that might bankrupt them, honestly, with how long this tag league is. Like that might sink the company. But yeah, so she's got one date basically confirmed with Stardom, and that's fun. We'll have to wait and see who she gets to wrestle. But getting ever closer to Sasha Banks being a real person. So
is she real? Who knows?
Who knows?
I know. She's real, but who knows?
Yeah, pretty much. So that is Sasha. I don't think there's much more to say on that topic until she shows up.
Well, I mean, now that you're not dying, you could actually talk about it if you would like to.
No, listen. The moment it's over. It's great. I hate it. I was fine the day after.
Ha! That's funny.
I was completely fine on the Thursday. I was completely fine most of that Wednesday. It was relatively fine after we recorded, but for that 2-hour slot where I was talking to you, it was a no-go. But yeah, I was fine like the very next day, so it was an annoyance really, just all around annoying. That's enough about Sasha. Anyway, Stardom also announced the blocks for the Triangle Derby, so they just announced this out of the blue at like. I think it was maybe 2 or 3 in the morning my time. They were like, "Hey, we're gonna have a press conference in 2 hours where we're gonna announce everybody," and I was just like,
"Yeah, it was
what?
a couple hours before New Blood, just like out of the blue."
I thought they'd wait until like maybe year-end Climax and do a video announcement, or like the Dream Queendom, but no, they were just like, "No, we're just gonna do it." So I woke up to all of the teams.
It starts like 4 days after Dream Queendom, so I get why they didn't do that. But year-end Climax would have made sense.
Would have. Anyway, the teams are the blocks are in the red triangle block. We have H&M, which is Momokogo, Mayu Iwatani, and Hanan. Queen's Quest, which is Utami Hayashishita, Azumi, and Saya Kamitani. Cosmic Angels, which is Tam Nakano, Natsupoi, and Saki. We have the Bari Bari Bombers, Giulia, Tekla, and Mai Sakurai. We have Unique Glare, Starlight Kid, Haruka Umesaki, and Raka. Power Passion Pineapple, Yuna Mizumori, Ninai Takahashi, and you. That name sounds like a fancy pizza you'd get in a chipper or something that
Oh,
might kill
100%.
you. Like it'll have
Yeah.
like 5 different things on it and
I've
pineapple. You
I've
will be
noticed
on the toilet for 2 hours.
they're kind of like going away from the NSA like branding of it. Like they said it once and they just are kind of like, you know what? We're just everything but that. Cool, cool. I think NSA is just alpha female. Um, and I think that's really funny.
It's great. We love it. Then we have a mystery team of X, double X, and triple X. Um, I feel like this is obviously Mina's team. This is going to
Yeah,
be her and 2 others. Now I
I
know the
called this
graphics.
early.
The graphics used, I think, were for Maria and Fua-chan, but that's not going to be the team.
Yeah,
I don't think so. So
but the middle one was definitely Mina, and
yeah,
Mina is not in this.
no. And
Uh,
Unagi isn't either. So Unagi's still part time with
yeah, but
Stardom.
yeah, I was gonna say, doesn't Unagi have like a lot of dates for January? That's probably why
Yeah,
she's just
yes.
not in it.
Her ban, as she said, was lifted, but she's still not booked. So
Her ban was lifted, but does she want to come back? She getting paid.
so yeah, I assume Mina and 2 foreign wrestlers is
Yeah,
the
I was
that
right.
team.
But
You were indeed.
the thing that like is kind of like sketch to me is that does she turn? Because her first match in in the Derby is against Waka, right?
Well,
So
here's the thing. If she turns, Cosmic Angels is essentially 3 people again,
yeah,
and you then have Mina leading a faction. I'm not
yeah,
sure that's ever something they've planned on. This is probably just her
another
teaming with foreign wrestlers.
another contingent of Cosmic Angels.
Honestly, it's probably just like, hey, we have foreign wrestlers here. They're Cosmic Angels now. That'll just
How
be it.
bad do you think the foreign wrestlers are going to be?
Um, I don't
Because
know.
they could be the Eve wrestlers, which is
I'd
like
assume I'd assume it is, but the
yeah,
thing is, it's hard to guess because I think Eve has announced the kind of the card for their 100th show or something, which is during Tag League, and most of the good names are on that, right? So
that's
you're,
concerning.
yeah, so you're just looking at some of the random folks then.
Is the Ava on that?
I don't know. I didn't check, honestly.
That's concerning as well.
Yeah, it's very concerning. To be fair, though, I haven't seen her wrestle at all in a bit, so I don't know if she's like
Alpha
given
Female
up.
actually killed her. I don't know if you know that.
Maybe, yeah, yeah. Because I haven't seen her on any like graphics or anything going around, and she doesn't do OTT or anything, and they were always booking her for a while, so I have no idea.
Man, what is Brit Rest anymore? Great Khan is the greatest Brit Rest champion to ever live.
Yeah,
Like, think about that for a second. Let that.
I don't want to, honestly. It's like Rev Pro is not. I never liked Rev Pro. It's not allowed to take up space in my brain, so
They
not
had that
doing
one
it.
AJ Styles match that was good back in the day.
I'm sure they did. Now the other block in the Triangle Derby is the blue triangle. It is Aberen Aberembo GE of
Yes.
Amisore, Suri, and Mirai. We have Classmates, Hazuki, Koguma, and Saida. Of Maihime with C, which is Lady C,
Yes.
Maika, and Himeka.
The Towers of
Uh,
Power are back, baby.
I love this because Maika always did, or Lady C always did her best stuff with Maika, and
Yeah.
her and
And
Himeka
even
are
her
going to be
stuff with
funny.
Mako were pretty
Yeah.
fun because they were just tall.
So I like this. I like this as a team.
Me too.
Then we have Lollipop, which is Rina Amikura, Waka Tsukiyama, and Yuko Sakurai, which is sure,
Do
sure
they
thing.
not like, or is Shimizu just too busy for Stardom? Cause
I
like,
don't know. She
cause like Rina
doesn't
Amakura is
wrestle. Like
literally Rina's not a Colors member anymore at this point. She's Yuki Miyazaki's like homie. That's what she is. Like she's barely in Colors anymore. And there is like, yeah, throw her in there.
I don't know. Kaishi Mizu deserves better than this, so I don't know. Um,
Yeah, I guess she'd
We
be able to
have
stay the entire time, so
she
no,
would.
we don't want
She
that.
would. We have a prominence team of Suzu Suzuki, Risa Sera, and Kurumi Hiragi, who might be the artist champions by then. We have Uedo Tai, Natsuko Tora, Momo Watanabe, and Saki Kashima. And then we have Rebel X Enemy, the team of Ram Kaichou, Maika Ozaki, and Maya Yukihi,
Is it
formerly of
pronounced
Ice Ribbon.
Rebel Enemy or is it
Hmm?
Rebel Enemy? Because you know how
I have
in
no idea.
Japan they do the X and it's like supposed to be silent or it's supposed to be cross, Rebel Cross Enemy. Nah,
I
let's
I
just
don't
stick with
know.
Rebel X Enemy.
Renemy. We'll just go with Renemy. Make it like a ship name.
No, we're not going to do
Um,
that,
all
Alex.
right.
What? You
Um,
chose the wrong option.
okay. Um, so it's cool to see Mayukihi here. Now this league is bringing back the weird format from was it last year's tag league or the
It
year
was the.
before?
I feel like it was 2020.
Yeah, where the people in the red triangle block face the people in blue triangle. So you don't wrestle your own block, you wrestle the other block. And they've introduced semifinals, which I think is great. I love semifinals.
Me too.
I think they're cool. Um, so whoever's first in red triangle will face whoever's second in blue triangle, and vice versa. And then you have the final. So they're trying out some stuff. They've got that new format. I don't like that format where you
I
face
don't
people in the other block. I don't know
hate it.
why. It just doesn't compute.
I mean, it's a pain in the ass to cover for us, right?
Yes.
So that sucks. But I do kind of like the idea of like, uh, it's just your record against wrestlers that like realistically don't matter about like in terms of your record, right?
Mm.
Like there's no screwing each other because you're kind of like focused on your own thing, but at the same time that takes away a lot of like the like what I find fun tournament math wise, like oh well like
Hmm.
this is like it makes it a lot more complicated and not really needing to make it complicated. But I'm interested in it. I'm sure it won't be too bad. And I mean they're doing split. Wait, how are they fucking doing that now that I think about it? Because don't they have days? It doesn't matter.
No, not
Like,
really. I think
because they
the
they
poster
advertised it.
made it look like that, but there
Yeah,
isn't really. It's not really like that. Um, I'm pretty sure I saw that they're doing 15-minute time limits for every match, which is cool. You love
those
to
are
see
clean
it.
sprints.
Yes, definitely. I think that's it as far as formatting goes. I think like there's a clear better block. Um, I would say blue triangle is better, like consistency wise, because obviously prominence are great. Natsuko Tora, Momo, and Saki could be great. Mayukihi is fun. Classmates is a great team. The
Yep.
God's Eye Trio is another great team. Whereas the other block you have, okay, the other block is grand too, actually.
It's a solid tournament. Like it is not
Yeah,
bad.
yeah.
It could
I
have
think
been way worse.
the reason I don't like Red Triangle is because Mayu, Hanan, and Momo is such a meh team, and also
I don't even
Saki.
think it's yeah.
Like Saki is just drop. And yeah, they might have
Unique
bad
layers
foreign
kind of
wrestlers.
mid.
So
Yeah, I'm not crazy about Red Triangle. Blue
mm,
Triangle's definitely better.
yeah,
But like you can look at it and like think, oh, NSA versus. Oh wait, no, they're not doing versus.
I know. Yeah.
It doesn't
So
matter
it's
what block is cool or not, Alex, because
well,
we're not
it
seeing it.
does because
That's
that means you're
wild.
gonna face better teams in that block. So blue block is good because that means Queen's Quest are gonna
Each
wrestle a lot of great people.
yeah.
You know?
Yeah, no, I get you. I mean, like,
Yeah.
I think it's smart to have one really strong block in this sort of case
Hmm.
because then most matches aren't going to be like mid. You know what I mean? Like, even like you said H&M, but like I look at it that H&M versus oh, we're seeing that match at Dream Queen at
Yes. Yeah.
that'll be
It's
good though. Them versus Prominence could be really good. I mean, they're good baby faces for sure. Uh,
true.
H&M versus oh, no, because I get what you mean, and it's same the issue with like Lollipop is that it's like, oh, well, it'd be cool to see Rina Makura. She's cool, but at the same time, you kind of just know what to expect from that team already, and it's
Yes,
like, it's not like a lot of fun stuff coming out of it. So
that's true. Now they have announced like a lot of the cards for January already. So I think some of the more interesting bits is that um, why won't it translate? Please translate. This would
Now you're
be
having my
like
problems.
I know, like this is so bad. Like why aren't you giving me a
I don't
translate
have those
option?
problems now. I'm just lazy.
Oh my
And I don't
God,
know
it's
what you're
not
trying to tell me.
translating. What am I supposed to do? I don't
What are
speak
you talking
Japanese.
about? Wait, what?
Uh,
I don't either,
the
actually.
card for the opening day is trying to see because there was some interesting pairings. Um, but it's
Opening day
not
is the
happening.
3rd.
Yes.
Uh, some interesting pairings.
Yes.
Yeah, so I mean, there's Unique Layer versus Prominence, so they're doing a rematch of Oedo Tai versus Prominence.
Mm-hmm.
Which I imagine Prominent, whatever.
Is it Giulia's team versus Maya's team on first day?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
it's
okay.
Giulia, it's Bari Bari Bombs versus Rebel Enemy.
Yeah. So Giulia was already talking shit to
Yeah,
Mayuki at the press conference. So they're probably gonna have a title match. That's probably where that goes. So you probably have Maya pinning one of Julia's team here, and then I would assume challenging for the February pay-per-view. I think it's in Osaka. It's a Supreme Fight is coming back.
that'd be interesting.
So I would assume that's how this is going to pan out because there's no reason for Julia to be like, you ain't shit. What the fuck are you doing here? Get out of here if they aren't going to have a match. So that's fun.
The
Um,
dogs have started to start beefing, so
that's
I
fun.
apologize.
That is
Um, yeah,
Julia's
that's
energy.
Julia.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they just heard.
I know I was super like amazed. I was like, damn, Julia finally is like, hey, new person, fuck you.
Yeah,
Like that's just like immediate. I love that.
it's been
Um,
too long.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hyped for it, and our good friend and potential business partner, third man, Scott E Wrestling, Scott Edwards. He did an interview with Julia. It was very good,
Oh
and
yes,
she said that she wanted to wrestle Fujimoto, didn't she? Tsukasa.
yes.
Uh, that's not happening. But Mayukihi is a good alternative. I'm gonna be real. I'm excited for that. I think that'll be really fun.
You know, you mentioning Scott made me think of something really funny. So there are I think 3 or 4 articles covering the Triangle Derby lineup, and we all wrote one. Like
Oh, am I up there?
you, me, and Scott all wrote one.
Oh my god, that's freedom. Hold on, I need to take a picture of that. I'm gonna screenshot it.
Now the only thing is, 411 Mania gets in the way.
Fuck.
So yeah, whoever writes for there, Jeffrey Harris, get out of here, fuck off. No, I'm not kidding. I don't know who that is. Anyway, yeah, but like 3 of the top 4 are the 3 of us, which is so funny. But yeah, sorry, you mentioning Scott made me realize that the only 3 articles I'd seen on that tournament were from us three up to this point. Um, Now, the other kind of interesting stuff announced for next month is that there is a Wonder of Stardom Championship match and a High Speed Championship match confirmed for the January 8th show in Aichi. So we don't know who's gonna challenge, obviously, but we know there's 2 title matches there, so that's fun. So that suggests both Azumi and Saya will retain to me, so that's fun. Um,
Well, I
there
mean,
is,
why does that suggest that they're gonna retain?
well, I don't know if you'd have new champions defend like a week later, and
Yeah, I guess so.
especially if the white belt is the main event, you're not going to draw for a first defense. Like everybody's going to know champion's not losing.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Does Saya just lose it, or who do you think she defends
She
against?
might
Any
lose it
names?
here, but it depends honestly, because there's so many directions you can go. Because she still has a Mirai match in the pocket. Starlight Kid seems to be building one up. They could run back Natsupoi. Um, It all depends. Like, there's a lot of different stuff going on, which I'm sure we can talk about during the preview for the big show. Um, just trying to look through here for the cool matches from January. There was another one that stood out, but I cannot remember what it is, honestly. We have the return of the three-way tags in the undercards. How excited are you, Dylan?
Man, I'm trying to I'm trying to make this shit post right now. Oh yeah, I remember what you're talking about. I spaced out. My apologies.
Oh my god. That is.
No, the three-way tags. Isn't that? Wait, what three-way tag are we getting?
It's oh god, it's gone. I think it's like Tam and Tam and Natsupoi versus Hazuki and Ida versus Suri and Ami.
Mm,
Yeah. So that's
yeah.
that's some.
No,
Yuna
that's a
Mizumori
three-way
is
tag.
working a lot of these shows, so I feel like Stardom is relatively high on Yuna, but she's on like all of these shows, so
Maybe she's just like very not busy.
probably not. Probably not, yeah. But I think that's a good sign because I like Yuna Mizumori. Obviously, I think she's great. There's also a Future of Stardom Championship match confirmed for the 21st of January. Ami Sourei is defending against Mai Sakurai on that show. You also have the Mystery Team wrestling Rebel Enemy on that show, which should be cool. Also, 7 Up wrestling the Natsuko Tora team, so you and Natsuko are going to beat the shit out of each other again.
Sounds fun.
Um, As far as I can see, that's pretty much all of the kind of interesting stuff that's been announced. It's just that Giulia pairing off with Maya day one, 2 title defenses on the 8th, and the Future of Stardom championship match then later in the month. And yeah, it's cool to see Yuna Mizumori on all the shows. I assume she's gonna basically with Stardom at this point. Um, Another announcement then is that they've announced the participants in the Stardom Dream Queendom Stardom Rumble for the 29th. So teams are Rina, Hina, Lady C, Miyu Amasaki, Waka Tsukiyama, Yuna Mizumori, Tomoka Inaba, Saki, Fukigen Death, Chairman Ram, Super Strong Stardom Machine, X, and Double X. So I don't know if that's the same X and Double X as Mina has, or if it's just 2 different mysteries. You know, like is like
How many mysteries do we have?
the translation of this is so funny. It's who the hell are X and double X?
And also, who the hell is Super Strong Starlight Machine?
How could we ever know? It's impossible. Um, yeah, I think that's everything. I think
Damn,
that's,
for once, Super Strong Starlight Machine and Saya Ida are not in the same match. That's crazy.
whoa, whoa. Yeah, I mean,
They're both in
Saida has a
different
big
matches.
match later that night. She's going to be
Yeah,
preparing.
yeah. Why would she even like pay attention to the Super Strong Stardom Machine match?
Yeah,
Who gives a
exactly,
fuck?
exactly.
Ida's better, but I mean, Super Strong Stardom Machine. It's kind of cool. Let's be real.
Kinda, yeah. It's
Just a bit.
it's decent. Anyway, so we have 3 shows that have happened in the past week because I think we're done with all the news unless I've completely lost my head. Now, we have decided to change it up a little bit this week. We feel like because it's Stardom Dream Queendom week, the majority of you are not going to give a shit what we thought about the house shows in Gunma. So
I didn't give a shit about what I thought about the house shows in Gunma. I'm gonna be real.
yeah, they weren't that great. So we didn't watch them. We'll look at the results, but we didn't watch them. We're not going to spend time reviewing them. We're going to focus mainly on the preview this week, but we are going to review New Blood 6 because there was a lot of interesting stuff
Yeah.
from New Blood 6. So we're just going to speed through the house shows after. We will pay attention to New Blood 6, but this week is all about Stardom Dream Queendom. If you're saying, guys, it's really early to be previewing Stardom Dream Queendom, yes, we know. We just
It's
didn't want to
Christmas.
talk about the Gunma shows. Right?
Yeah,
Quite
like
honestly, didn't want to. I just didn't want to do it. Okay, so it's sue me. Now the only show to review then was on the 16th of December. This was New Blood 6. This was in the Shinjuku Sumitomo Hall, I want to say.
yeah.
Okay. Now, the interesting thing here is that this did 306 fans. So that's down about 100 from the last New Blood show.
Yeah,
Which,
but this is definitely a weaker show on paper than the
yeah,
last one.
it's kind of a weird trend though. I feel like Stardom's numbers recently have been dipped a bit. Like there's been noticeable like drop off from what they were doing previously. Like Showcase, the last Showcase was like 100 drop from the one before that. This New Blood was a drop of about 100 before that. Like I don't know. I think it's just maybe. Is there a reason for it? Is there a reason to panic? Have people just got tired of Stardom this year because they've run a lot? Like I don't really know. Now, if it was me, I wouldn't have gone to this New Blood show because I mean, we didn't think the card was that good beforehand. I feel like if you're just gonna get a bunch of, you know, the younger wrestlers and some independent talents in for tags and stuff, there's no real motivation to go to a show like this, right? Like, I'm sorry if Zaraka isn't going to entice hundreds
Yeah.
of people to attend, right?
I
Um,
feel like they've really limited themselves with New Blood uh
yeah,
recently. Like it feels like they've put a cap on how good it could be because there is no Suzu versus Mirai anymore. You know what I mean? Like that's not happening. We got Lady C and Nanai, which was good. I
hmm
was I was quite a fan of that match, but like you know, there's not a lot of meat to these shows when Lady C versus Nanai is the most meaty match of the night. You know what I mean?
yes, yeah, no, it's something that makes some of their decisions on this show even stranger. But maybe that's a sign that they're gonna really kind of beef this thing up going forward. Um, But the opening match of the show was Miyu Amasaki beating Miran of Diana in just under 6 minutes.
That
Um,
child did a fucking lion salt, dude. What the fuck is like? What is happening?
yeah, Miran really impressed.
Really good, yeah.
Like she showed a lot more than I've seen from Miyu Amasaki, who is getting better every time.
Yeah,
She
no, this
looks a
this was
lot
a good
more.
performance from her too.
Yeah, she looks a lot more natural now than she ever has in just about every way. But Moran just she gets it. Like she's gonna be something if she sticks with it. Like she's just really, really good.
Yeah, no, for sure. It was this was like kind of like a sprint. This is what you want the future matches to be. You know what I
hmm
mean? Like, is these kind of matches. I don't know how long it went. I don't have it on me. You have the card up
Yeah, it was just
with
under 6 minutes.
yeah, like that. That's perfect. Like that was a perfect amount of time for this match. Um, yeah, it was quite good. It really was. One of the more fun matches on the card. Uh, yeah, I honestly like. We obviously are a bit. We're scrutinizing them for their talent selection, but I mean, if you can get Moran on these shows to keep improving, um, that'd be really fun. I think she's really good. So
Yes.
she has a lot of potential. You know, when she's not 12 years old anymore, she is going to be very good at one point.
Yeah, I mean if she sticks with it, she's gonna be like the next great hope of Diana. Who
Yeah,
honestly shout out Kyoko Inoue because that is an impressive track record of trainees really. Like Sari, Madeline,
underrated
Haruka
underrated trainer for
Umesaki.
sure.
Yeah, and now
And Diana.
Anne. So very, very good. Um, the match after that was Rina beating Sanae Takebayashi in 7.5 minutes with a pink devil. Um, I think the clips we've seen of Sanae made her look worse than she is.
Yeah,
She is the most awkward wrestler I've seen in Stardom. She does
yeah,
lap Lady C, and Lady C was very awkward when she first started. Sanae, like you can see, she just needs a lot more reps.
100%.
But I didn't think she was bad, but she definitely didn't offer a lot. And I'm not sure, even with reps, she would give you that much. Like she might turn into a fine wrestler, but I don't know if she'll ever be anything, you know?
Yeah, no, I totally agree. This was a bit. I don't know. It was a bit of a messy match. I wasn't too crazy about it. Um, it happened.
hmm
You know, Rena has a good gory bomb.
That she
I like
does,
that.
yeah. I
It's a good
mean, in
move.
fairness, it's good for Rena to get experience wrestling people one on one who maybe are worse than her, I guess, just
Yeah,
to get to grips kind of carrying a match.
yeah, and I don't think she even did like a terrible job here, but
Mm.
it was definitely not something that she could really save. You know what I mean? Like it was just kind of like it happened.
Yeah, yeah. Look, so, you know, Sanai, she needs a lot of experience, but you know, that's not really her fault, you know.
Yeah.
Now the next match on the show was the God's Eye team of Nanami, Tomoka Inaba, and Mirai beating Momokogo, Hanan, and Saida. Mirai got the win with the Miramari submission when she tapped out Momokogo. Um, I mean, there was some fun stuff in this, but it definitely just kind of happened ultimately.
Yeah, yeah.
Hanan and Inaba did their bits, and Mirai and did Mirai need to actually get to do anything?
They did a bit, but it was
Yeah.
mainly Mirai and Momokogo, who I think Momokogo performed very well here. I will
Mm,
say that, but I will say that it wasn't a very interesting match. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Because like once you notice that Mirai and Momokogo were like the finishing duo, it's like okay,
Yeah.
so this is what it's gonna be. Momokogo did she grabbed defeat out of the jaws of victory. She was so close to winning, but she just like fucked up and just
Mm,
didn't win anymore. I was like, that's crazy. Like you almost beat one of like the top contenders in the entire company, but you just couldn't hold on to the armbar or whatever. Like that's crazy to me. But yeah, I thought it was fine. Like it was a solid performance from everybody, but like I wouldn't go on my way to watch it. It's just it happened. It was one of those matches where it's like it was good. One of the better matches on the card because it was a pretty weak card, but
yes.
not a lot of substance to it.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Now the next match on the card then was Mike Ozaki and Ram Kaichou beating Waka Tsukiyama and Sam Nakano. Mike Ozaki beat Waka with an Argentine backbreaker. Um, Tam very much took the night off for once.
And
She
this was
was
very long for that.
Yes. I will say Waka did make a lot of the stuff with Ram interesting.
Yes.
And big credit to Waka for that. And I liked Maika Ozaki, although this probably isn't the best showcase of her skills. But I thought Waka put in a good performance, I will say.
Waka's been doing that lately. She's definitely been like she's been trying her best.
Yeah.
I'm starting to really feel for her because you could tell that she's like really trying to improve, but it's
Mm,
just like she's just I don't know if she'll ever escape this purgatory.
probably not, no. There does seem to be progress with it, though. Based
Yes.
on the promo afterwards, Chairman Ram was kind of like, "Look, I'd be embarrassed if I was you. You lost again. How many times are we going to do this? Um, like, I don't want to wrestle you anymore." And Waka was very apologetic. She was like, "Look, I'm weak. I'm sorry, Tam, for being so weak." And Tam said, "Look, I told you, don't say sorry. I want you to win. Pro wrestlers have invisible power. You just have to find it and find your own path, and we'll be waiting for you." So, um, it seems to be they're getting to a point where something has to happen because you have this big promo now. Tam is like, look, find your power and win. Um, so I don't know how Waka gets that win, but I feel like it has to come soon, given this progression.
Does she beat you in the knot?
Yes, of course.
Oh man. No, I'm starting to feel for Waka, like I
Yeah.
said. I feel like she definitely could use a win, but like everybody who she could theoretically win against is like, nah, I'm not doing this anymore and leaves. You know what I mean? Like my Sakurai just was like, you know what? We're not rivals anymore. Fuck you. And just was like, I'm gonna be rivals with Tam. And I was like, that is lame. That is so mean. That is so bad. Um and then everybody's kind of done that. Now Ram's done it where she's like, I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. Uh, I'm not gonna let you catch me slipping and be the first person to lose to you. So Waka's kind of out of luck. Um, and I feel bad for her. She is getting a lot better.
Yeah, no, I mean, I feel like working in the hip attacks and stuff to beef up her offense has gone really well. 'Cause I feel like that's given her a lot more to actually do other than just sell. And
Yeah.
I feel like she's generally quite good at what she does. So it's good to see that she's improving anyway. But yeah, there definitely has to be some progression to this after that promo after the match. I just don't know where it comes in. Um, Match after that then was Tekla and Mai Sakurai beating Karma and Starlight Kid. Mai Sakurai won in just under 14 minutes when Karma just threw a fireball at the referee. And I say that lightly because, again, she just flicked on a lighter and people have to pretend that it's a dangerous
Why are
fireball.
we here, man?
I have no idea. I like
Like,
it was slightly better. The presentation of Karma was slightly better because she lost some of the extra bits, but
but I still
it's
just
still
don't
really
get
bad.
why they went this route.
Like
Like, I was thinking about it. I was like, why can't she just wear a mask and use mist like a normal fucking person?
I
Like
know.
if any like anybody in wrestling who wants to do like an alter ego just wears a like unless they're fucking the Great Muta who also started wearing a mask after a while because face paint is fucking dumb. Uh like anybody who wants to be an alter ego just wears a mask and does mist. Why not do that?
Yeah.
Like it's so much easier like to get the vibe across. You don't look like a dumbass alien like she still does with paint on her like it just she's just dumb. Like it's
Hmm.
just dumb. It's a bad like and like Kid has a mask. Why can't they just be the two masked like that would make so much sense. If like Umasaki was like, you know what, I'll wear a mask too, and we could be like masked homies. And that's the entirety of this and not whatever the fuck is happening right
Yeah.
now. Tekla and Kid did some fun stuff. I will give them that. But everything that Karma did was quite bad. Because Haruka Umesaki is also not good at like the overpowering heel type of thing. You
Yeah.
know,
It's
she's
kind
good at
of
being like the shithead heel, I think, but
yeah.
not this.
This isn't something she's ever done. Like she's a
Yeah.
babyface Indiana. She's occasionally a bit of a shit stirring heel in like Wave, and then she
Hmm.
did one Goblin mode match in Joker Pro or something. But like
Yeah.
she's never done this before. So she definitely like there's better uses of her. I
Like
don't.
she's a great goblin. You know what I mean? Like I
Yes.
think she's great at like that Mace Saruga heel type stuff where she's just kind of a just a nuisance.
Mm.
Like I think that's a great, role for her in these, undercard match types. But not this. Like please anything but this. It's really sad too because I do really like Haruka Umasaki. And she's doing some good stuff with Sakura Hirota right now in Wave.
Oh yeah, it's
Like
Pink
she's doing
Elbow.
like the good yeah, she's doing good comedy stuff over there. So it's like it's not like she's like taking the month off, Like she is capable of doing good things, but everything she has done in Stardom is just not it,
Hmm.
you know? It's a shame.
Yeah, between Karma and the bad angle with Saya, it's just not going well for her. But
She did get herself on the poster though.
she
You see
did.
that poster?
Yeah, fair play.
It's a cool looking poster. It's wild that she's just there. Uh on like her first show, she's one of four people on the entire poster. That's crazy.
Yeah. Now I don't know when they announced this, so I'm just gonna mention it now.
It's
Um,
around here. Yeah.
so they announced that not only will there be a New Blood pay-per-view in the Yokohama Budokan on March
Yep.
25th, but there is also there's also a tournament happening to crown New Blood Tag Team Champions. There'll be a tournament beginning on January 20th, and that tournament concludes at the Yokohama Budokan show. So very ballsy to run the Yokohama Budokan for a brand that has only ever sold like 400 or 500 tickets for a show. And also it'll be on pay-per-view, so that's asking more money from people, which again, ballsy. But who
Yeah.
cares? We're getting secondary tag belts. Dylan,
Dude.
this is what I've asked for this for so long. Just,
Oh,
secondary tag
we've
belts
been on this train for a minute.
would solve so many issues with some of the undercard stuff. Even if this is just exclusive to New Blood, does so much for New Blood.
I'm
Um,
not crazy about being exclusive, but yes, continue.
yeah, so just great. I like secondary tag belts. Giving more people something to do is very good, and you also avoid the headache of having like a New Blood singles title. I haven't seen anybody ask for that, but obviously I feel like that's a political nightmare, right? Like
Yeah.
if
I
you
mean, it's the
wanna
future belt for now.
Yeah, but I mean, if you wanted to do a New Blood singles belt, you'd then have to arrange, hey, we want your wrestler to be a champion, but she's gonna have to lose, right? Whereas here,
Yeah,
you can pair up whoever you want with somebody that can just
can
lose,
lose.
and
Yeah.
you can swap the belts around. So tag belts is the way to go, and there could be a lot of good stuff with these. It also tells me New Blood is not going anywhere. Like this is a
Oh no.
brand to stay, right? Like you're not crowning champions
Well,
to let it
to be
go.
fair, you remember the Never shows in New Japan? No? Exactly. Um,
A
it's the
what?
same exact the Never shows.
What are those?
Like, I'm pretty sure they existed. Uh, no, when the Never belt first got introduced, it was like its own thing for like the
Oh
new
yeah.
blood. It like the N in Never literally means new blood. Uh, like new blood evolved, very extreme wrestling, something stupid. But like they had like their own kind of like separate division type of thing of like it was supposed to be like the younger wrestlers and like that type of shit. It took over for the under 30 belt,
Yes.
I
Yeah.
think. Yeah. So like that was like that had its own thing for a long time, and then eventually they were just like, man, let's just move on. And then they moved on, and now the Never Belt is well, now it's shit. Now it's with Carl Anderson and Tama Tonga, but you know, the Never Belt turned into the old dudes beating the fucking shit out of each other, and that was great. So it is going to stay around for like the foreseeable future, but Bushiroad just does what they want. You know what I mean?
That's fair.
Um, but yeah, I'm not a fan of like the name. I'm not a fan with like the branding. I would like it if it was a bit more, um, I guess, vague. Even though it like it could be like the top attraction of New Blood, right? I
Yeah.
think that'd be cool. But I'm not a fan of it being the New Blood title type of thing, if
Mm.
that makes sense. Because like I am worried that they just get rid of it if New Blood just dies, which is if
No,
anything in
I
Stardom
I
were to
don't think
die,
so.
it would be New Blood.
I'd say they'll stick with it.
Yeah, but I am interested in it. Obviously, give Ida and Hanan the belts immediately. That's been my take. That's part of the reason why I wanted secondary tag belts is because people like Ida could like go crazy with them. You know, she could really like thrive with something like that. Uh, but yeah, I'm excited. Same with like Inaba and Nanami even. Like, it's a shame that Aoi Tomo doesn't exist anymore in Stardom. But like they would have done great with the belts type of thing. Um, so yeah, I hope they use them well because they definitely can.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be a pretty solid use all around.
And also, if they do put them on major shows, it'll also be super fun because I think like that undercard tag that goes really fast and is like really like all killer no filler would go great with a belt.
Yeah,
So
well, I mean, we
I'm
saw it
excited.
in AJW. Like, it worked very well for
Exactly.
them at various points. So, I mean, there's no reason why it couldn't work for Stardom either. Um, if I had to
Yeah.
guess who's
No, I
kind
totally
of
agree.
in the tournament, I assume it's going to be Karma and Kid, maybe.
Yeah.
You might have, if Chanyoda's allowed, Chanyoda and Mai Sakurai. Um,
Yeah.
maybe like
That'd be
Ida
cool.
and Hanan or something. There's going to be a Stars team in
It'll
Stomane.
be Ida and Hanan or Ida and Komomo
Yeah,
or
and probably
Hanan and
Arena,
Komomo.
a team with Rena or something involved.
I could see Rina Ruaka. I think that would
Yeah. Well,
work. Well, Rena Ram was the team, but Ram has Micah now.
yeah, Ram's doing Triangle Derby, so I don't know if she'd be doing both. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, there don't be too many teams given the tournament starts on the January and ends in March. But yeah, I'm sure there'll be a few teams in it anyway.
Get
Um,
some of the JTO girls in there. I watched
yeah,
I watched the Takatachi Mania stuff, and like their younger wrestlers are like doing way better. Like it's not just Aoi now.
yeah.
Like most of them are doing good.
I feel like Yanagawa gets hyped up. I remember
I like
she was
Yanagawa.
very iffy for a while.
She's come into it. Hisoka's good, and then she's only in her like third match.
Yeah,
She's solid. So yeah, get some of the JTO peeps.
definitely. Now the next match on the show was a passion injection match. It was Nanai Takahashi beating Lady C in 11 and a half minutes with what is being described as a Quimby bomb. Vote for
Yeah,
Quimby.
it was. I get that.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, it was like a thing. I don't know how to describe it. It was like a leg capture
yeah, it's like a
suplex, but it was like
jackknife
a.
suplex, isn't it? Is that a jackknife?
Was that what it's called?
I
I
don't.
feel
Oh,
like I only
fisherman,
think of jack.
fisherman.
Yeah, it's like fisherman, but kind of like vertical, like it's like Cena's old fisherman, which wasn't a fisherman. That's the best way to describe it, I guess. Stalling though, it's
Yeah,
wrestling moves are so Cool. Yeah, I like this match. I thought it was pretty well done. Lady C actually like looked like she was capable of like not just like she really looked like a wrestler here, which is concerning when I say it like that, but I mean that in a very positive way. 'Cause she really looked like she was like in the match. She wasn't just in the match.
Yeah, she definitely offered a lot more than I recall her
Yeah,
doing. Like she was going for it, right? Like
exactly.
and Nanai was giving her the room to do so. Um which again, I feel like the Nanai slanders, I feel like you gotta give her credit here. She's giving some of these women room. And yes, she's winning, but I mean, it's Lady C. You know,
And also like this made Lady C look infinitely better.
yes,
Like even like Nanai just putting her over after the match made her look better than like anything Lady C has done pretty much all year. You
yes,
know,
yeah. Like this,
like
this is
that's
the
great.
most focused Lady C has been in a long time. Um, and a lot of that is just due to Nanai giving her so much in this match and then putting her over. So yeah, I enjoyed it for what it was. I thought Lady C definitely stepped up, and I mean, if they want to make this a fixture of New Blood, which is just Nanai challenging some of the younger folks, I mean, I'm here for it. Like, as I said, when she first came to Stardom, I was worried that she might like pin some really important people. But if she's just gonna beat people in the lower card, like it's fine. I've no problem with that at all.
That is so funny to think about though, that like the only person that they fed to her was Momo Watanabe. Like that was
Yeah,
like that's so fucked. Like obviously she's beaten some people like in tag league and whatnot, but like the only person that like straight singles just completely obliterated was Momo.
yeah,
I was like, damn, that is insane.
Momo. Um,
Yeah,
yeah. So after the match, we got some interesting developments.
yes we did.
No. Lacey said that she has a goal, which is to beat Nanai, and Nanai was like, "You want to beat me? That's it. Like, you just want to put my shoulders on the mat for 3 seconds. That's all." Um, she was saying, "Oh, I wasn't strong from the start, and then I got passion." Um, she was kind of saying like, "Hey, look, if you want to beat me, I think you should come and learn under me, because
Yeah.
Queen's Quest isn't really doing much for you." And Utami didn't like
And
that.
Tommy was like, yo, what the fuck? Hey, yo.
Utami didn't like that, but Nanai
This is
was kind of
also apparently the first time Nanai's said her name
yeah.
and then just call her the tall lady.
Oh, interesting. Okay. That's very good.
Like she like it,
Oh
even
yeah,
though
tall sister, Lady C. Yeah, I see that. Yeah,
yeah. So now she's like she acknowledged her, which
that's really good.
it's a shame. It's a shame that the most famous. It's a shame that the most famous storyline that did that happens to involve a sex pest. But that is such a good like proving yourself thing where it's like they just refuse to even acknowledge your existence, and then in a
Mm,
match they're like, you know what, you're pretty cool, Lady C, and it's like, oh my god, she said the name. Like that's such a great like just use that. Like
yeah,
it's so well done, especially here.
definitely. But yeah, so Utami didn't take well to that, so it seems like there might be a struggle for the Lady C's commitment between Queen's
Also,
Quest,
DDM.
DDM, obviously, who she's teaming with, and whatever Nanai is doing with her group, because it doesn't seem to be the NSA, but it seems to be a group regardless. Currently nameless, I guess. If they do recruit Lady C, and maybe like they should recruit Waka. Just do the BCC, like do the BCC properly. Like
I could see that. I could
don't
see that.
mess it like Tony Khan did. Tony Khan should be shot for this, but like do it
It's
properly.
wild how much he fucked up the BCC. Like that is like the easiest thing I have ever seen.
Yeah.
And that's wild. But yeah,
Not
no,
like he's not
I could see
good.
what you're
I
coming
know this is a tangent. He's not good. Like I don't know where this idea came from that Tony Khan is like amazing. Like he's really not. Like I don't know. I don't know about you, but he messes things up so much that I'm just like,
It's
what is wrong with you?
literally it's just because he's like, "Oh, yeah, I think Kyle O'Reilly's a good wrestler. Oh yeah, Eddie Kingston's cool." That's his entire like
Yeah.
that's the entire thing. Is that's like John Moxley should be an ace. And everybody's like, "I agree." And then he
Yeah.
did it terribly. But everybody's like, "But he thinks John Moxley's an ace." So, we got that. And it's like, "Do we?" But yeah.
Yeah, kind of. Who knows?
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
But yeah, then Waka Skiyama showed up, and Waka said, "I want."
Dude, she just ran to the ring.
She always,
She's like, I'm
she's
here.
so funny. I love Walker. She's gas. But yeah, so Walker said, "I want you to inject me with passion on the next New Blood show, which is in January." And then I was like, "Oh, I thought you were asking me to like let you into the group or something," and like no. And but yeah, Waka was like, "Look, I want to be strong." Um, so it's kind of weird. They're gonna have Waka wrestle the team on at Corkin, and then she's gonna wrestle Anai. Guess at the next New Blood in a one-on-one match. So it's kind of interesting. But it's another thing where somebody's gonna try and get over by facing Nanai, and I mean, look, she's 1 for 1 so
That
far
could
here.
be good.
So yeah.
That could be good. Nanai just beating the shell out of Waka.
Mm.
Waka's very sympathetic. I think that could be fun.
Yeah, I mean, look, she's gonna get squished, but it's gonna be
Oh
something.
yeah.
Yeah. But I kind of might enjoy it, especially if Nanai does the full like respect afterwards. But maybe you don't do it every time. Maybe you make them earn it. I don't really know. Um, but that is that. That is Nanai. I will praise Nanai once again. She's doing good work. And if she wants to keep doing these passion injection matches on every New Blood, so long as they have people to wrestle her, keep going. Um, the main event at the end of the show was a Future of Stardom Championship match. Ami Sourei defended against Rocca in 9 minutes with the like a thunder drop. Um, I'll be honest with you, I watched this match and I thought it only went like a couple of minutes. I feel like I didn't retain much of it, but then they just didn't do a lot. Like there was a lot of submissions.
No, they didn't.
A 9 minute match, there was a lot of submissions, arrest holds, bit of what makes them good of the throwing chops and throwing lariats and stuff, but it's not a whole lot of action. So a solid enough match, I guess, but definitely a step down from what we were getting with Hanan as champion.
Yeah. On a card of nothing matches, you guessed it, another nothing match.
Ooh.
It's a shame because like I said, I thought that there was potential here between Ami and Ruaka. They have, you know, parallel styles that they could have really meshed well with, but they just kind of decided to take their foot off the take the foot off the gas a bit. It was a shame because I do think that it could have been good, but at the same time, I don't think Ami Sourei is the type of person to carry a match, and I don't think Ruaka is really the type to carry a match either. Uh, it's kind of like if they have somebody they could wrestle with that taps into their potential, they can do good stuff. Neither of them really were able to do that for each other. Um, so it was just a pretty nothing match, which, like you said, was a shame because the belt was probably at its peak, this year,
Mm.
right? Like it was a great run for Hanan. So it's really a shame that we're uh, seeing the fallout from that rather than like a continuation of that with Ami. But it could be. Let's be optimistic. I'm not totally against your woman. I think she has potential still.
Ah, I don't
Um,
like her anymore. It doesn't work. It's not.
I know. I of the three of us, like me, you, and Scott, I probably like Ami the most. Like
Yeah.
I have the most like belief in her.
Scott despises this woman. Like he called her a
Yeah,
tree.
exactly. Oh yeah,
He compared her to
he's
a
been calling
tree.
her a tree
That
this
is
entire
that
time.
is so mean. Like, how do you do that? How do you just call another human being a tree? Uh, it's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't know. My Sakurai came out after to challenge. So yeah, that's where this belt is going. After I don't know when they're gonna do Rena because Rena was meant to challenge and now she's just not. So
Honestly, Rena might beat her.
mm, maybe yeah.
Like maybe she like does the heel shit to beat her, but like I think Rena beats her because like I don't think Mai ever gets the belt.
I don't know.
I don't.
I feel like it's
I
almost
feel like
made for Mai.
Mai's gonna no, but Mai's gonna definitely like outpace it. Uh, by
Mm,
like just enough. You know what I mean?
Guess.
Because like the only reason like it was gonna be Ami or Mai because they both came in, they're both getting a bit of push, uh, to the point where it's like Ami feels like she's outgrown it,
Mhm.
and I feel like Mai and Ami are kind of like at that same like pace right now. So I think that Mai probably goes beyond it before she wins it. I mean, same with like Saya Kamitani, she didn't win it, did she? it went Micah, Ida. So yeah, so
Yeah.
it's kind of like the Kamitani trade.
Yeah, I suppose the thing with my Sakurai
Because about was
is
made for Kamitani
she's a
back in
bit
the day.
too old for it.
Yeah,
She's 32
and
and she debuted in 2020, but that means she has about 2 months left of like qualifying for it. So
potential.
yeah, she
That's what I
definitely
mean. I don't think Mai ever gets it.
yeah.
Um, so I think Rena is the next to get it. Yeah,
Oh, all right.
it'll probably be Rena, and then I don't know if Hina wins it from her.
Mm.
It depends on. I mean, maybe Miyu. I feel like but I feel like
Yeah,
Miyu's her.
Kevin will get it eventually.
I feel like Miyu has taken too much time. Not taking too much time, but it's gonna take more time than we expected for her to like become a fixture.
That
Uh,
that has never stopped them. So I don't know.
yeah,
I think they'll just give it to Kevin whenever they feel like it. Um,
yeah, no, I could see it.
but yeah, so that is the New Blood show. Um, you know,
It is.
it happened. Now there
Yeah,
were
it did.
two other shows this past weekend. We're not going to review them. We're just going to run down the results. So the first one is on December 17th. This is in Gunma. The opener, Mai Sakurai beat Miyu Amasaki and I want to say Hina. Maybe.
Yeah,
This went 4 minutes. That's crazy.
for a three-way. That's
Yeah. The
that's wild.
entrances probably went longer than the match.
Oh, 100%.
Match after that was Koguma, Hanan, and Momokogo beating Natsupoi, Wakasukiyama, and Tam Nakano. Koguma pinned Waka in 11 and a half minutes with a roll up. The match after that was Hazuki, Saida, and Mayu Iwatani beating Fukigen Death, Rina, and Saki Kashima. Hazuki won with a diving senton. The match after that was Momo Watanabe, Starlight Kid, Rocca, and Natsuko Tora beating Lady C, Saya Kamitani, Azumi, and Utami Hayashishita in just over 15 minutes when Rocca got the win with a freezer bomb. The main event then of the show was Tomoka Inaba, Amisore, Mirai, and Shiri of God's Eye beating Tekla, Himeka, Maika, and Giulia of DDM. Shiri tapped out Himeka in 24 minutes with a
Damn,
white tiger.
damn, that's
Yes,
wild. He'll
definitely,
make it in the
definitely.
mud.
She should be. Now
How dare you?
the other show to review is on December 18th. This is in Tochigi. This had 342 fans. In the opener, Saida beat Lady C and Saki Kashima in a three-way.
Ooh. Oh,
Ida won with a what is being called a deformed dragon sleeper in 5.5 minutes.
yeah, what the fuck is that? I need to see that.
This is a dragon sleeper with the arm trapped, I think.
That's just a dragon sleeper, Alex. The
Well,
the
I
arm
don't know.
trap is implied.
They called they said deformed. I don't fucking know.
The arm trap is implied. Well, I'm checking out. Keep going.
All right. The match after that was O2 Line beating Momokogo and Koguma when Azumi pinned, I assume Momokogo with the Azumi Zushi.
God
But this was a
damn,
three-way tag, so Micah and Himeka were the other team in it, so they weren't involved in the finish. Um, the match after
that's
that
wild.
is wild.
That O2 line won that match.
So it is Momokogo, so
But Micah and Himeka.
yeah, true. Azumi Zushi though.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, it
Um,
is just the arm trap. That's
yeah,
crazy.
that's what I said.
Oh no, no. Okay, she scorpions her. That's the difference.
Right, okay.
Is that like she like twists the body, like contorts her.
Right. Okay. Now, the match after that was Natsupoi and Tam Nakano beating Rocca and Natsuko Tora by DQ. Um, the match after that was Amisore, Mirai, and Shuri beating Mai Sakurai, Tekla, and Giulia. Mirai won with a lariat in 14 minutes. The main event then of the show was Momo Watanabe, Starlight Kid, and Rina beating Hina, Saya Kamitani, Utami Hayashishita, and the team of Mayu Utani, Hanan, and Hazuki. Rina pinned Hina in just under 20 minutes with a Pink Devil to close the show. So that was the two house shows that we did not watch. Now have two shows to preview this coming week. The first one is the year-end Climax 2022 at Cork and Hall. In the opener versus Rena. So Hanan probably wins there, or Rena, who knows. Dylan, are you alive?
I am alive.
Okay.
Sorry, it doesn't matter. My aunt was coming in. It doesn't matter.
Right, okay.
We're already talking about the gimmicks, huh? We're talking about year-end climax.
Yes. Hanan versus Kogo versus Rina. Who wins?
Hanan.
Okay. Now the next match is the Christmas Eve special 8-woman tag match, Christmas gift contest. The Stars team Mayu Utani, Hazuki, Koguma, Saya Ida taking on the team of Utami Hayashishita, Lady C, Hina, and Miyu Amasaki. So everybody wrestles as Santa Claus, and the winner gets a present from a luxury brand. So it's fun. The Stars team is very loaded, and Queen's Quest is
Has
not.
Miyu Omasaki on it.
Yeah, Miyu and Hina. So I think the Stars team wins.
And Lady C.
Lady C, yes.
Wait, there's nobody. This, damn. like
Mhm.
like every time I read I was like, oh, it gets worse. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Stars is winning.
Mhm.
Stars wins all the gimmick matches. Like that's their
That's
bag
true.
right now.
That's true. And the next match is a Road to Dream Queendom number 4 handicap match. It is Tam Nakano, Natsupoi, and Waka Tsukiyama versus Nanai and Yu. So yeah, this is a 7-up win over Waka. Just to further their kind of thing.
For their dominance.
That and also the
But
Waka
also,
versus Nanai.
I'm very happy that they changed this, even though I think the way that they did it was really dumb.
Mhm.
I am happy that they changed it because
Very fair.
that just makes more sense.
Yeah. The next match on the show is a Road to Dream Kingdom 3 10-woman tag. It is Momo Abe, Saki Kashima, Natsuko Tora, Rocca, and Fukigen Death versus Risa Sera, Suzu Suzuki, Kurumi Haragi, Akane Fujita, and Mochi Natsumi of Prominence.
Woo, Akane Fujita!
Hell yeah. So I'd probably give the win to the Uedo Tai team because they're probably losing at Dream Kingdom.
I could see this ending in a DQ, like even like a no contest DQ, and have them just start
Maybe.
fucking murdering each other
Possibly.
with chairs and shit.
That would be fun.
That's actually what I see happening
Right.
because there's no way they have death. Well, actually, no. I guess Mochi Natsumi could like take an L or something. Even Fujita can.
Yeah, they're kind of pinnable. Now, the next match is a Road to Dream Kingdom 2 tag match. It is Saya Kamitani and Azumi versus Starlight Kid and Haruka Umesaki. I think this one goes to a draw, and there's a heavy emphasis on Kamitani and Umesaki down the stretch. Just because they're going to want, like, this is their one chance to build up Umesaki, and I think they're going to take it.
Can Umasaki roll up Azumi?
No, draw. She's going to fight Saya Kamitani at the finishing stretch. Like, they're going to give away their own shit, and then, so they build it up.
No, I could see that, but I feel like they need like Umasaki to do something.
They do not. She's DOA. It doesn't matter.
Okay. I mean, I could see it.
Yeah.
Maybe even getting a visual. You know, like hitting Saya with her top shit, and then
Mhm.
the bell ringing. You know, I could see
That'll be
that.
good.
I don't remember what her finishes are.
Your guess is as good as mine.
I don't see her win like
No,
ever.
yeah, no. It's listen. I'm pretty sure Takase does the winning when they team is Luminous anyway. So, I don't know.
I've seen more luminous draws this year than I've seen
Yeah,
them just straight up win
yeah.
a match.
Remember they had them wrestle Galaxy Punch and it went like 30. Like, why
Yeah,
would you do that?
that was absurd. So on Cage Match, it says that her finisher is the drop kick. So I'm not gonna. It appears that nobody knows exactly where her finisher is.
It's crazy. I might ask Peps because Peps would know. Like Peps is a Gumasaki fan. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might ask him. Now, the main event end of the show is a Road to Dream Kingdom 1 elimination match. It is the God's Eye team of Giulia, Siri, Mirai, Amisore, Tomoki Inaba, and Nanami versus the DDM team of Giulia, Maika, Himeka, Mai Sakurai, and Tekla. So
That Tekla had a lot of bass in it when you said it.
yeah,
That Tekla.
Tekla,
Oh my god.
Tekla. Yeah. Now I would imagine DDM wins because they'll want Giulia closing the show and being like, "Hey, I'm gonna win."
So she goes 2 for 2 on the year-end shows. I can see it. Yeah, I mean, I think they Wait, is Nanami in this?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, then yeah, okay.
It's elimination,
Yeah.
so you can throw
Oh yeah,
people
that's
over the
true.
ropes, but I would imagine Giulia gets the win.
I don't know. I feel like in these sorts of situations, Julie and Sherry eliminate each other middle of the match, and then like Micah
Uh,
gets the win.
I mean, maybe. I feel like that'd be pretty shit though.
No, they like to do that. They don't like to give away like even like the small
Oh,
shit. They don't like
I
to give
mean,
that away.
usually, but this is a preview tag. Like this is specifically
Yeah,
previewing that match. So I don't know. I just if like there is a winner, it's probably DDM anyway.
yeah. I mean, I could also see Mirai if they do what I think they would do with the Shuri and Julia like kind of eliminate each other thing.
Yeah.
I think Mirai could also win it.
Well,
Uh,
that's fair. That's fair enough. Right, but that is that show.
Mirai ain't doing anything.
He's not.
I feel like they like to give Mirai shit, like give Mirai stuff to like be like, hey, I'm still cool, guys.
It's true.
Every time she's not doing anything, so maybe she just wins,
Cinderella
wins out
Mirai.
here. Yeah, Cinderella Mirai,
Um,
Cinderella.
all right. It's time for the big one. Is
Yes,
December
it's
29th.
time to talk about Suzu versus Tomoka Inaba.
Hell yeah. December 29th. It's Ryogoku Kokugiken. Stardom Dream Queendom 2022. Biggest show of the year, actually, I guess. Now, tickets for this seem to be moving well. They put like 12 sections on sale, and there's like 7 of them sold out. So that's a good indication. But you really have no idea. I feel like they probably want to hit the markers they were hitting in Sumo Hall though to consider this like a big win, because they
Yeah,
did like 3,000 for this last year. Might not replicate that, but you probably do want to, right?
yeah. No, I agree. I don't know what they hit with these sorts of things anymore. You know what I mean? I feel like they're all over the
Yeah.
place. With their ticket getting. But this does feel like a big enough show to where you want a higher number,
Hmm.
than like your trends.
This is
Uh,
like holiday season, and you're doing
yeah.
Siri versus Julia. And
Also, foreigners are allowed back for the first time over this break.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
that's
like
true.
it's like this is gonna be like the first big influx of foreigners.
Mm,
It's not gonna be huge, obviously, but like our friend of the show, Velke, is gonna be out there, type of thing.
mhm.
I don't know if he's going to this show, but
He
like
is.
my buddy Darren, I think is getting in like a day after
Oh, no.
this show, so it's like yeah, there's a lot of people like coming out uh for the holidays this year,
Mm.
so it should have a bit of a bump for that and just for it being a big show, but who knows?
Yeah, I mean the thing is, for the 2 days of World Climax, I mean they did like 2,800 on one day and 3,000 the next day. If you can't do 3,000 for a standalone show, I feel like that's not good.
Over the holiday,
Yeah,
yeah,
like
like you
I
shouldn't
feel like
be.
that's the mark you have to hit, or else you kind of start side eyeing this kind of.
Especially when
Yeah.
you are pairing with like the what is it? Wrestle Kingdom a week
Mm,
later. I don't know why I couldn't remember. Like just it's a big wrestling week,
yes,
you know what I mean? So they should definitely get that bump, but
should.
don't know if they will.
We'll have to wait and see. We'll be here to talk about it if not. Now, the opening match of this show is the Stardom Rumble. As we ran down the participants earlier, it's Rina, Hina, Lady C, Miyu, Waka, Yuna Mizumori, Tomoka Inaba, Saki, Vicky and Death, Chairman Ram, Super Strong Starlight Machine, and the two X's. So, again, don't know if those X's are just surprises or they're the two who will be teaming with Hina, presumably in the Triangle League. We'll have to wait and see. Uh,
I imagine it's the same people. I will say though, I think if it's not if the X's aren't that big of a deal,
mm,
um, then I think Inaba wins this. Uh, and I feel like she might be the next challenger for Saya.
mm, oh.
I could see it.
Oh, hey, wow.
Because I mean, like, I'm kind of because Saya's beaten a lot of fucking
Yeah.
people.
So you're
Uh,
thinking Inaba versus Saya on the 8th.
yeah, I could see that.
Ah, maybe.
Kind of give Saya like two not easy victories, but like to like, oh, prove yourself against Saya victories. Um, I would be cool with you challenging, obviously, sometime soon as well, and then Saya probably drops it to Mirai or Kid, or Mina. But I don't. I feel like I'm not as much like of the belief that Mina's winning the
No,
belt
no.
as a lot of people are.
Yeah, no, you're a bit more realistic. Um,
Just a
but
tad.
yeah, I don't know. I can see Inaba winning this. Kevin might win. They do like Kevin, or it'll be one of the exes probably.
Yeah.
Now speak
Maybe they give it. Maybe they give it to the machine.
maybe. Now speaking of Mina Shirakawa, she is in the next match. It is her and the returning Unagi Sayaka versus Tekla and Mai Sakurai. So if they just keep this around Mina versus Tekla, it's going to be great because they do good work together.
Yeah.
And it's also going to be interesting to see what Mina's face looks like because that is the selling point of this match.
Yes.
Where she said,
It's
"Hey,
also
if you want to
interesting
see
to
what I
see
look like, go to Sumo Hall." Yeah,
I also wonder like how she'll wrestle.
pretty the same.
Uh, yeah, but I don't know. I feel like she's a very character wrestler.
Mm,
You know what I mean? And I feel like uh she went through this traumatic incident, so maybe she'll be all deranged and shit. Not like Joker deranged, but you get what I mean, where it's like just like more hard, I guess.
mm,
Like this feels like the time that she would change up her stuff, and I don't want her to because she's doing
yeah,
the best stuff of her career. But I could see her changing stuff up.
yeah. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, I guess. Um,
Uh, and we'll also see if she turns or if she does anything or what
I
happens.
doubt she'll turn. I really don't. There's not. There's
I
really
don't
like
want her to turn.
can't have Mina lead a faction. I don't know if that's a hot take, but I feel like she isn't a faction leader. You know, they're never gonna push her to
Yeah.
that level. If anybody,
What if we're all wrong? What if we're all wrong and they get damage control on this show
they
in
will,
the trio as the in the derby?
and
I was just the first women's trio I could
well,
think of.
if
But
that
I find that
happens,
funny.
then that will be what causes me to dent the wall with my forehead and not Omega versus Will Ospreay. So either way, my forehead will be dented within the next week.
Either way, you will have some trauma.
Yes. Um, Anyway, the next match is a pre-triangle derby match. It is Mayu Utani, Hanan, and Momo Kogo versus Hazuki, Koguma, and Saya Ida. This is probably
It's wild that they're just doing this
yes.
match.
Well, I assume it's to further the whole Mayu thinks Momo Kogo is a fucking loser thing. So that's they probably
It's a
lose,
shame.
and that's why.
It's wild how little Mayu has been doing and is doing.
Yeah, I feel like them having to change course with her being IWGP champion has completely thrown them because if she
Yeah.
was on the back burner the way they do put people on the back burner. Instead of putting her back into the fire, they've gone, oh shit, yeah, we can't. So,
Like she's like, let me check.
you seen her
She
render?
is my number.
Render for the
Yeah.
show is really bad. I don't know why. It doesn't look like her. It's like what is she doing?
She looks a bit dopey.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
I don't know
what's?
what's.
It's like they
I don't know.
face
But
smashed it or something, and forgot to reset it.
she's my number 4 wrestler.
Oh,
She's the number 4 wrestler of the year.
oh,
I forgot she existed this past
it's
week
crazy.
because like she's just not doing anything anytime soon. She hasn't done anything since she lost the match to Kyrie. It's absurd.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I feel like you don't need to give Mayu something, but she is the best wrestler in the world.
You
Like
could.
she is quite simply the
It,
best wrestler
yeah.
going. So yeah, and it's been over a year since she's really done anything consistently. So like it might be time to just I don't know, just throw the white belt on her or something. I don't know. Give her the SWA back. Who knows, man? I don't.
She hasn't challenged Saya.
Yeah, I don't know though, because like if she didn't beat Tam for it, I don't know if they'll want her to beat Saya for it. But it's who knows really. Um,
Yeah. No, I don't know. It's strange. I feel like classmates should win this
yeah,
because
they will. Yeah.
obviously. Well, do you think they trade?
Um, it
So like
depends. It
somebody
depends on
a
how the
team
thing
wins
goes
this
with
match and then a
Momo.
team wins the
It
other one.
really depends on how things go with Kogo, because like they keep having her lose, and I think they wrestle early in the GP, so they might still be doing the losing thing. So I don't really know.
I love how you are calling the Triangle Derby everything but the Triangle Derby. You're calling it the GP and Tag
Oh
League,
my
but
god,
not the
I keep
Triangle
it's
Derby.
so
It's
it's
so
because it's
funny.
new. I'm just not used to it. I keep thinking it's Tag League or something, or because they had the high speed GP as well, so I'm getting that in. So, but yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Um, Too many tournaments to remember. My god. Anyway, match after that then is a Goddess of Stardom #1 contenders match. It is Maihime versus Mariah and Amisore versus Natsuko Tora and Roraka. So assuming Meltier keep the belts on this show, which they probably will, do you do the new eras challenging? Because they've challenged a lot.
I wanted to yell. I'm real. I was like, just the thought of
Because
that
the
made me.
thing is,
No, I
it's
think
not Mahime. They aren't challenging yet.
they will win later.
Like they're not
Yeah.
challenging yet. EMI 2000 might, because they did well in Tag League, so they might.
But I feel like they're just the two who like they're who takes the pin.
Well, I don't know.
Like,
Amisore is there. They've gotten a little bit more
yes.
okay with pitting Amisore. So
I think BMI should win, especially after they just did that. Like, they kind of set that up with them getting DQ'd
that's
over
true. That's
against
true.
what's their names?
Clear.
Meltier. Yeah, so I could see them running that. And I mean, Natsuko and Tam have always worked pretty well together in big time matches. Uh, so I'm cool with that. I think BMI should win.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
I'm anti New Year's in this one. Didn't they? Weren't they the first challengers
Um.
of this reign? Like, didn't they
Oh
challenge Meltier
yeah,
already?
yeah, they did. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was gonna say I remember that was the first time I
Wasn't that a
ever
pay per
like
view main event?
rooted for. Did it
I'm
main
pretty
event?
sure
It
that
might
main
have.
evented.
I would not be surprised.
Because yeah, I think I remember going on last. Can't remember what it went on after though, because it went on after something really good. But I don't know. I can't recall. So yeah, I don't know. I think BMI 2000 has this one, honestly, and they're a good choice as well. Um,
Oh, it was the main
I
event.
knew it. Yeah. What was before it?
The trios match with against the against the Cosmic Rules trio. Against Saki, Mina, and Unagi. They had that trios match,
Oh,
and then they had the Captain's Fall match, which is the lady. Oh, this is a really nothing show now. I'm looking
I
at it.
thought there was good
I do
matches
not
on
remember
that
those guys
card.
at all.
There must not have been. I thought there was something good on that.
Lady C, Azumi, and Utami versus Mayu, Momokogo, and Saida in the Captain's Fall.
God, what?
Oh, no, it didn't go on last. I'm an idiot. Uh, it's the last match I watched, and then I took a break. And then after that was Saya Kamitani Himeka and Shuri
Oh
Nanai.
yeah, yeah.
It was on
Stardom
that
X
show.
Stardom. Okay. Oh yeah, yeah. All right.
Yes. Oh, it was in the middle of the GP. That's why we don't fucking
Oh
remember it.
God, yeah. That's yeah. All right. Well then, BMI 2000 and that dub.
Yeah,
Now the next match is a
for sure.
special singles match between Kairi and Utami Hayashishita. This one has that weird stip where the loser has to like go back to the rookie gear or something. So yeah, Kairi's gonna win, and that'll be what Utami.
Kyrie's a weirdo.
Yes,
Kyrie's a fucking
we
weirdo. She's
we
like,
knew.
she's like, I want to see you stripped down to your core. And Utami's like, oh, I could wear my old gear. Yeah, oh,
Mm,
okay. Fucking weirdo. Stop doing the long entrance. And then that was
yeah,
that. Um,
iconic.
yeah, poor Utami, man.
Yeah,
Not poor Utami. She's losing to
gonna be
Kyrie. It doesn't really
really
matter, but
weird.
like it's just
It's
like
gonna be
wow.
really weird to see her without the modern presentation because like she's honed it perfectly now.
Oh, I
Um,
said a couple weeks ago, she will 100% like she will prove just how fucking badass she is
mm,
by coming out in that old ass red gear with no music and still looking like the coolest motherfucker on the card.
yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Do you think she'll have to do it for the entire Triangle Derby?
I don't think so. They never really specified when they'll do it, but it'll probably be just for like a singles match or something.
Yeah, I don't know what the
Yeah.
fuck any of
Honestly,
this
I have
means.
no
I don't
idea.
know
All
why.
I know is this is gonna be a cool match, and Kyrie's
Yeah.
gonna beat her. But it's hopefully it's good Kyrie, because I mean, good Kyrie is back now. But we're not. We don't know if she's gonna stick around, right?
Is she still real though?
That's a
That's the
good
question.
question. Did we
Um,
talk about her and Tam being second from the bottom on Wrestle
we
Kingdom?
didn't.
Yeah, that's a good.
We
That's
didn't.
kind of a good spot for them though, because that's gonna get like 12-ish minutes, and Tam condensing her shit into 12 might be like badass. Like she's gonna beat the shit out of Kyrie, and Kyrie's gonna have to
But it
fight
might
back.
also completely fuck up her rhythm of it.
I don't know.
Because like the thing with Tam is that it's like she has like segments of her match and she has like things that she has to put into it. So like if she just takes out the time wasters, like like the very like slow movements and shit, and just does the killer shit that she usually does with Utami, right?
Mhm.
She can usually have an Utami match in 10 minutes. It's really good. If she does that, then yes, it'll be really good. But if she's like, nah, I need this to like feel meaningful.
I
I
I
need to
I
I need to make
doubt
sure
she's
there's
gonna do
Tam wrote
that in
this.
the Tokyo Dome.
Then it's gonna be like
I
4 minutes of
I don't
actual
know if she's
wrestling.
gonna do
You know what I
that.
mean?
Like, I think she understands that audience is not gonna get it if she tries for that. So they're just gonna kill each other.
Yeah, I hope so. I think that'd be fun. I obviously have still and am still on the belief that this match should be in the Tokyo Dome and Tam versus Kyrie can happen fucking whenever. I don't care. Um, but I'm cool with this one getting a little bit more
Yeah,
time and that one being just a sprint.
fair enough. Now the next match is a high-speed championship match. It is Azumi versus Hikari Shimizu. Um, so I mean, look, Hikari hasn't been built up. She's not even on the preview show. She's not gonna win.
She's not on any other show
No,
ever.
like they've done a really poor job here of this, which is terrible because she's really good, right? Like this could be really, really good. I don't know if it's gonna be
Maybe she wins it and takes it to Mexico like Mary
maybe
Itachi.
like I don't know if this is gonna be a high speed match in the way Azumi usually has them, or if it'll be a high speed match in the Starlight Kid way where they just have a normal match that doesn't go too long. Because I don't know if Hikari Shimizu does high speed, but she does wrestle really well. So
She can do like the gymnastic part of it,
mm,
but
actually.
not like the fast part of
Yeah,
it.
yeah, like I don't know if she does that. So that's gonna be interesting. But I like wouldn't expect, Azumi versus Hanazono from this. I would expect Kid versus Azumi more so, like where they extend it out.
And it's later on in the card,
Mm.
so I think it works.
Yeah, yeah.
Like if this was going first, I think it would get kind of. I think it would probably get like
Hmm.
suffer a lot if it was going like really early, but it's mid card. I think it's in a good spot, and it will. I think it will deliver to
Yeah,
some degree.
that's fair. Um, Azumi's retaining though, like definitely. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
Now,
I mean, she needs to get her record, doesn't she? I
of
mean,
course, of
she was
course.
only like one away.
Um, Now, the next match is the Artists of Stardom Championship hardcore match. It is Saki Kashima, Starlight Kid, and Momo Watanabe defending against Risa Sera, Suzu Suzuki, and Kurumi Hiragi. Now, champions currently are not together in a triangle derby. So I don't know
No,
if that means they definitely are losing, or if that means
they
they're
should
retaining
lose.
because they don't want to give away more matches, right? Because Sarah, Suzu, and Hiragi, they are a team in the triangle derby. They're going to be
Yeah,
wrestling all of these teams that could challenge them anyway. Um,
yeah. No, I think I hate it when champions aren't in tournaments.
mm,
Uh, I am not a fan of when they do that. I
yeah.
feel like because these round robin tournaments are meant to expose you. Like they are the reason why New Japan is so oversaturated and like you have seen every single match is because they do G1s every single
Hmm.
year. But the beauty of that is that you don't have to pay attention to every single G1 match, but if Okada is the world champion and he's wrestling fucking evil, then you're like, "Oh, this is interesting because what if evil fucking wins?" Like it feels like it's meaningful. Even though there is that issue of like having to redeem all of those matches, I don't think they'll have to do that in this tournament. But I am not a fan of the idea of them just giving their champions like dispersing them. I mean, I think
Yeah.
Prominence should win this, uh, and I think they should go on a real tear in the trios league, and obviously not like win it because they're champions, but I think that would be really really fun.
Yeah. I mean,
Uh,
I feel like if
and they haven't given an outsider championship in so long too.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
I'm so
because
down for
that's why
Prominence
I
to win
was
it.
hesitant. Because my rule of thumb nowadays is that they're not gonna put the belts on anybody that isn't locked down. But I mean, prominence work here so often, right? And it's the trios belts, so you can probably do a quick 3 or 4 month thing with them ending at World Climax. So I mean, I could see prominence winning. I kind of lean towards Oedo Tai retaining, but it's not a slam dunk. Like this is 50-50.
It's also a hardcore match, and one rule of thumb I have is I hate it when like hardcore deathmatch stables just lose in their like
True.
preferred
Yeah,
match type. You know what I
that's
mean?
fair.
Like it's like who's the like it's like Great Khali losing in the fucking Bujami prison. I'm just like, how does that work?
Hmm.
Literally, that's his entire shtick. Like, how does he lose this? It's the it's the entire point of the match. And that's like a bad even comparison. But there's like a lot of those where it's like, why would the master of this match type lose every time? Like that's so dumb. Uh, so I want Promise to win. I think Promise should win. And yeah, that'd be really, really fun. I hope it's good. I know that you don't like the like watered down nature of the hardcore matches in Stardom, and I agree. But I am dumb. I am not. I shouldn't be optimistic, but I am.
Yeah, I
That's
feel like
that's
you're
what I
getting
was.
set up for disappointment because this would have been a great normal match, right? But I don't know if it's going to be a great
Yeah.
hardcore match. So I don't know.
Dude, I mean, just Karumi just throwing Saki around sounds super fun.
Yeah,
Now, I'm not even like a big fan of either of those two. You know what I mean? But like that just sounds cool. Uh,
Kurumi rocks. So that's how
yeah,
that works.
she's quite good. Bit inconsistent, but she's quite
Yeah,
good.
she was
And
injured for
yeah,
like
but
2 years. So
no,
yeah,
that's why I'm like I don't want to give her
yeah,
heat, but
yeah.
uh, I do really think that this could be quite good.
All right.
And I've not been a big fan of that trio of the Oedo type trio compared to most people. So maybe this will bring something out of them that'll make me interested. Hopefully, it doesn't go to a no contest.
Yes. Oh God. Imagine. Um. All right. So let's see. The next match then is
Just tag
yes,
match.
it's the Goddess of Stardom Championship match. It is Tam Nakano and Natsupoi defending against Nanae Takahashi and Yu, who won the tag league to earn this match. Um, yeah, I mean this is Meltier retaining. Meltier don't lose these belts for a little bit. Um, Definitely not to this team.
I think that Seven Up should come out singing the Nanai song. What is it? Do you remember what it's called? I forget.
Oh, I have no idea.
Kiss
Yeah,
Kiss?
something about
No.
kissing.
What the fuck? Yeah. They should come out to that. They should do the whole like gimmick that Meltier always does. Like just be super over the top with it and losers. Like I think that'd be really fun. I'm a big Seven Up guy actually. Seven Up should win. Fuck it.
No,
That's where we're
no, Dylan. Where? No,
at.
bad. Oh, okay, not bad, but yes, bad. Um,
It makes no sense.
yeah,
Like it would be
Meltier.
very
Meltier
dumb
is
for
gonna
that to happen.
sing, and Meltier is gonna win, and they're gonna sing. So this goes.
Yeah, you're an idol mark, I know.
Yeah, I mean, listen, greatest wrestlers ever, all idols.
Where's Miyu Watanabe? Come on
Oh God.
now.
Um.
She better.
All right. Now, the next match on the show is a Wonder of Stardom Championship match. It is Saya Kamitani defending against Haruka Umesaki of Diana. Now,
Will it be the best match?
no.
Haruka promised it would be the best match.
Listen, Haruka, I think you're cool and all, but like Julia and Suri are like primed to commit crimes. So, it's I don't know.
Yeah, but we've seen that match before this year, and it was really really good. I think it's still like top five in my match of the year. Uh, I liked it more than like
They're
most
gonna
people did.
be
In fact,
crazier now though, because Julia's winning. So, um,
yeah,
yeah, no, on this one, you have a lot of work to do. Um, like I don't know if Saya can do the double duty of having a great match and elevating Haruka, right? Because you have to do both here. Because Stardom has done a really poor job with Umasaki, and they clearly want her to be something if she's in the Triangle League and stuff and on posters. Saya is going to be tasked with really putting her over without losing, and I'm not sure she can do both because you're asking a lot of somebody who debuted in 2019 to do that, right?
to be fair, she does that with a lot of people. Like
People who are already established
she,
though, because I feel like she put over
yeah,
Mariah, but I mean Mariah was Cinderella winner. Her and Natsupoi elevated each other, but like Natsupoi is one of the best wrestlers in the company.
She elevated Micah. She elevated Kyrie, but Kyrie's
Yeah.
Kyrie.
Like
She's had some crazy matches. I'm gonna go back through these. Let me look at her track list.
the only one where there
Put
was
her
maybe a clear difference was Kid, but I don't think Kid really got elevated in that one.
Unagi. Actually, I think she hurt
Yeah.
Unagi. Like Unagi was worse after that match. Not worse, but like she looked worse as a contender. Um, that's old. Natsupoi, yeah, she elevated her. Utami was Utami. Tam, I think that was one of Tam's best matches this year. Uh, and she was kind of low for me this year, so I will say she elevated her for me. But in general, she's Tam. She
Yeah.
didn't really need it. Uh, Micah, definitely, she did elevate Micah. She made Micah look like a real. Uh, she
But
made
the thing,
Micah look
Micah's
good,
been booked really well,
which
so that like
yeah,
I don't know if you can count that.
the Mirai and Kid Saki
Mm,
didn't look
yeah.
any better. It was a good match, but Hameka, that was not perfect. Mina, that's one person she did elevate, even though she had a great
Yeah,
tournament. She
okay.
did definitely elevate.
I will give you Mina, I guess.
Like I think, I mean, nobody had Mina as a nobody truthfully and honestly, in their heart of hearts, believed that Mina was a Wonder of Stardom Championship contender until that
Was
match.
that because of the
Um,
match or because of her promo?
I think it was both.
Mm,
I think the
I feel like it
match
was. I feel like
was like
people
beautifully
barely
done.
talk about the match. It's just the promo.
Well, that's because, like, if the promo didn't happen, people would also be like, "Damn, Mina really showed
Yeah,
up,"
I guess. Yeah.
and to a degree that that nobody expected. Like that was a fucking work rate like masterclass of technical
Yeah.
wrestling, and that's not what you expect from Mina Shirakawa until that match. Obviously, like I said, the tournament really put her over because she was doing really good stuff, especially in the tail end of the tournament. But I would say the match itself, even though people don't remember it because she got injured, which is a shame, it was a masterclass of technical wrestling that like you do not expect from Mina Shirakawa, and it really made you look at Mina and be like, "Damn, she is a top contender. Like she has every right to be that." Um, in my opinion.
Wow.
So I think Saya can put Haruka over. I think that's kind of what her match type does. She kind of
Well,
lets
I just
she
think
lets
there's
people
too big of a
thrive.
gap. I don't know if she can bridge the gap because, as I've said, they've done a really poor job of presenting Umasaki. Like, I don't know if
Yeah,
Saya can simultaneously get the audience into Haruka and put her over and win and have a great
this is
match.
also Haruka's first singles match in
Yeah.
Stardom.
So like, I think you're asking a
Uh,
lot of Saya, and you're asking a lot of Haruka as well, because I mean, this is probably the biggest match
yes,
she's ever had as well. Um, do I think she's good? Like, I know Haruka's good. Like, I've seen her have really good matches, but
yes.
I don't know how well this is gonna come together on Sumo Hall, like on the biggest Stardom show of the year. Um, for the white belt, right? Like, I don't know. I feel like you're asking a lot of both of them. No, it could just be a great match and we just go away with Saya winning, but I feel like they probably want Misaki to come out of this looking good, and I don't know if they can do both. That's all.
I get that.
Um, Saya, like, there's no chance Saya loses. Like, that's yeah. Listen.
Yeah, no.
Now we have the main event of the show. It is a World of Stardom Championship match. It is Siri versus Giulia. Um, Siri's reign is coming to an end.
Time to pay our taxes, buddy.
Yeah, I this
Time to pay our taxes.
since this show started, we have been waiting for this, the Giulia title win.
Yeah,
Like
pretty
we
much.
have been waiting for it. Everybody has been waiting for it from the day she walked in. It was like, oh, she's winning the red belt. And 3 years on, it seems like it's finally her moment. I for one am
I do question what people do after the red belt. Like, what's the meta now? Because like Utami just sat around and watched her faction die around her, but then also not die because like she just randomly fell into becoming the leader of her faction. Like that's the entire thing she did after losing
yeah,
the red belt. Like, what does Shuri do after the red belt? What does Julia do after the red belt? Because it does feel like this is like an arc that we've been waiting for with Julia, right?
yes,
And Julia could be champion for 2 years, but after that, what the fuck is left
Oh,
for her, right?
I mean, I think we will all.
Because obviously she's winning. I don't think we even
Yeah,
need to
no,
have to talk
yeah.
about her winning.
Listen, if Siri won, that would be a massive like own goal at this stage. But I don't know. I mean, I don't think you need to do anything after being world champion. Like you've been world champion. You've been all over everybody's face. It takes some time to sit in the back, right? I am cannot wait for just undercard tag Siri for a little while. Just where I don't have to watch her do that stupid grappling every time. I'm sick of the fucking grappling, Dylan. I'm sick of the grappling. I'm not gonna have to watch her do this for like 6 months, maybe. Like, do you know how great that is? Like, just it's okay to let wrestlers just sit around in the undercard for a little bit after being all over the promotion for like 2 years. Like, we have had essentially 2 straight years of monthly big Siri title matches because she went right from the SWA belt to the world title.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
she can go on the back burner. By the time Giulia loses the belt, we will be ready for her to go
Yeah.
on the back burner too. Like it is.
Now I think about it, because this is the first year I've done like the match guide stuff. And I've realized that like Shuri has a very unfair advantage because it's similar to like John Moxley because they are the ones that get the most singles matches that are like meant to be good, right? So obviously they will hit more times they miss because they're not bad wrestlers, but they get so many fucking at bats that it's like impossible to ever beat them. Like in terms of like, oh, that was a good match because of course it was. It was a Shuri singles
Yes,
match, but I agree. I'm getting a little tired of 'em. I think she's great, but we have been watching a lot of them for a very long time.
very much so.
Uh,
So Siri can just lose this match and toddle off to the second match on the card. All good. Um,
Maybe Karate Brave gets the belt at some point.
I don't
Uh,
know. I don't want to see her. I just wanted to go.
in a tag? What the
It's
fuck?
I
Calm down,
just I
buddy.
like it when wrestlers are just phased out a little bit, right? Like I don't want to have to think about you for another little while, right? That's all.
You like them having their little dark
Yeah,
egos. I
yeah.
feel
It's
you.
nice to just get a break. It's
I mean, Okada with the red hair and like just doing nothing, losing to fucking Zack Sabre Jr. every week. That was my favorite year of
yeah,
Okada.
yeah. It's you don't have to think about it.
It's
It's
a good
great.
time.
But yeah, nah. Listen, Siri's great. I'm not gonna. I'm not. I'm not. Um, yeah. This Julia reign though is such an anomaly because like she
I don't
she
know
could
what
lose
to
it. She could
expect from
lose
her.
it within 6 months or hold it until they run the dome or something,
3
whenever that
years.
is. Like she has enough ready lined up opponents that she could just have.
Yes.
She could blow past EO's defense record in one go, and you wouldn't run out of challengers. Like it's absurd how much is waiting for her as red belt champion. Like this is obviously going to be the run of her career. Like I don't think this is probably her peak is whatever she does with this belt.
Yeah. Julia's an interesting case because like until like halfway through the year, and a lot of people were still kind of like, I don't know, she's kind of has this
Mhm.
inconsistency issue. And she doesn't really have that anymore. But I also question if her holding a belt for 2 years, which is not unbelievable, if her holding the belt like super long term could make those consistency problems pop up. I'm not saying that they will, because she definitely is on that momentum run she's having that time. Like she's clearly improved from where she was like even a
Yeah.
year ago, right? In my opinion. Um, and I'd say starting a year ago, she started getting really good. But I do question that. It's like, damn, like we're about to have that like um oversaturation of Julia
Oh,
matches that we've had with
either
Shuri.
that or she's gonna drop it. Like there's
And I think she should. I think that would be super dope if like, and I don't think Suzu can win it, but it would be really dope if World Climax came around and she dropped it to Suzu. Like just out of fucking nowhere or something crazy like that.
well, the problem is
I would
if it
love
was
that.
anybody, they would do Tommy, wouldn't they? Like,
The Utami's getting
well,
the World Climax
maybe
match.
Tommy. Well,
And I think
I don't know. Depends on where World Climax is. I have a feeling that World Climax is Yokohama Arena. I don't know why, but I think that would be like that's where they did Dream Slam. We're around the 30th anniversary of Dream Slam, so maybe
If he does that, I'd
I
be happy.
I have a
I'm happy.
feeling in the back of my mind that Climax or whatever the Sasha Banks show is will be Yokohama Arena. Yes, you probably do Giulia versus Utami there, if anywhere.
Mhm.
I don't know because I feel like
Utami could win.
yeah, she could, but I don't know. Do we want another Utami red belt run? Because
I do.
okay, because you're gonna have to see her hold it down for like 9 months at least. Like she's not, she's holding through to the year end show at the very least. Then, um,
Stardom needs like a third show.
they do. Well, the GP final is essentially like one of their big
Yeah.
and Cinderella final because the Cinderella final is always loaded as well.
Yeah, I guess the Cinderella final is like that
Yeah, like
other
they've got
big
like
show. Yeah.
4 almost already.
It's like their Rumble to
Yeah.
Mania, because like like I dig that. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, like I have been of the opinion that like somebody needs to lose the belt mid-year.
Yes. Yes.
Like that needs to
Well,
happen. And everybody's always been like, "But it can't be Julia, but it can't be Julia." It could. I think that like this has been such an absurd run of like her like it's since she was teaming with fucking Andras Miyagi. We were like, "Okay, when she run the
yeah.
fucking red belt?" Like that's always been the case. So, is this going to be a case of the Hangman issue where it's like you should take it off her quick, give it to her again at some point,
Yeah.
and not take it off her
Well,
quick
the
quick,
thing is,
but don't give her every single match she has in her first reign.
I don't know, because you have so many matches waiting for her. Like if you take it off her quick, you're gonna leave so much on the table, right? Then you're running back Utami versus people she's already wrestled. Whereas Giulia, it feels like you have a bunch of fresh main events. Um, if they do short switch back to Utami, and I mean Utami and Mayu would be the only two I could really see taking it from her at this stage. Um, I don't know.
Well, I mean, early. If we're talking
Yeah,
early,
yeah.
because
Because beyond that, I
like
mean,
I could
Jesus,
see
who the
Kid
fuck
winning
knows?
it
Like,
late. Depending on how much Suzu's involved, I still think that Suzu taking the belt of
yeah,
Julia would be huge if they can get Suzu to commit even like just slightly
yeah,
more than she currently has. I think Suzu's
yeah.
a great
Like long
person to
term,
take it
it's
off
it's
her.
impossible because Stardom just you do not know what's gonna
Yeah,
happen in Stardom. Like,
maybe they maybe they want to give the belt to Saya
yeah,
Kamitani by then.
um,
You know,
yeah,
like
maybe.
who knows?
Like, I don't know. Julia's reign is gonna be an anomaly. It's gonna be very fun. I think Siri's reign, the very beginning, has felt like this. Okay, when's she dropping to Julia? No, which, uh,
Which did make that Julia match earlier this year a lot
definitely,
better
definitely.
because I didn't know.
But
Like
Julia won't have that issue because yes, she could drop it quick to a few people, or she could hold it for ages and then drop it to somebody completely new. Like I feel like Julia's reign is going to be really interesting in that way.
and there's not a lot of people that she can't drop it to. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like we could see like I hate to say it, we could see Starlight Kid win the belt from her fucking 6 months from now.
Well, I
You know
don't
what I
know.
mean?
I
Like
think
I
with
I
Kid, it's a very long term thing. I feel like. But
I don't know. She's already Momo white belt range or age.
yeah,
Like
but it's
I know
really
that was a few
different.
years
I
ago,
feel
but
like it's really different now with how everything is. Like I don't see any of these women retiring at 25 anymore because they're making money, right? Like why would you? I mean,
yeah.
Mayu's making 6 figures. Like, why would she retire? Um, so I don't know. It's kind of an interesting one.
I'm knocking on wood for that one actually because
Yeah.
I don't like how you said
Sorry.
that.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Julia. I mean, look, this match could be like match of the year territory. Like Julia at her
Oh,
violent
100%.
best is just untouchable, right? And Siri would readily meet that level of violence. Um, an alternate reality, though, this could be like their 30-minute draw, which was a bit of a
Yeah.
mess. But
We
I
this
trust both of them.
It's very possible. I trust them, but it's very possible that they have too much dip on their chip,
Mm,
so to
I don't
speak.
know.
Because we have seen them wrestle a lot, and it's usually good, but they also have these things about their matches that's like, just cut that out, and this would be
Mm,
better. And they could just do all of those things, and like some of the fun stuff, and it could be like, oh man,
it's true. I don't know though.
I don't want
I
to see
think
this anymore.
Julia
You know
will
what I
go
mean?
all out for her. Julia goes all out when it's
This could be
important.
like
I feel like that's
This could be like Briscoe's FTR2 instead of Briscoe's
Oh, don't
FTR3.
say that.
You get what I'm
No,
trying to
they
say?
would never.
It
That's
could.
no, they would never.
It could.
We already had Briscoe's FTR2. That was the draw. This
Their
yeah.
first match was
Yeah.
Briscoe's FTR2.
This one I don't know. I feel like Giulia purposefully goes all out for the bigger moments. Like you can tell, like she knows. So
She's smart
yeah,
about that
like
too. So,
I
yeah.
don't see them laying an egg this time. What I'm looking forward to though is how Giulia looks because she's back to the straight hair at the moment, which means she's gonna dye the shit
You
out of
know,
that and put it in braids that are gonna ruin her roots because she wants to look good.
no, you know what's fucking great
Uh,
is I made that like I got that art made, and then she's done every single haircut but the long straight
Yeah.
hair. Like she had long braids, she has short hair now. I was like, bro, just you couldn't have given me like a week. Like you decided to do this immediately after I've paid to get you whatever. I was just like, I found that hilarious that she went back to the straight hair, but she cut it. And I was like, this motherfucker.
Anyway, she's gonna look great for this show.
She will
Because
look great,
she's
yes.
just one of those who is always working on presentation. But that is that show. We've been going for almost 2 hours. My throat is sore. I have to be somewhere because it's late. So we'll be
Yes.
back next week. If there's any huge changes, like we'll record early next week. But if not, we'll probably just do a quick review of Dream Queendom. I know it's like New Year's or whatever, but I don't even know if people still do New Year's. Like I don't know.
I do, but not in the middle of the
Yeah,
day. I'll be
yeah. So
fine.
I mean, we'll be grand. But yeah, so that's it.
Probably
Oh, this is
Friday.
our last show before Christmas. Wow. Oh my God, Christmas.
Yes. Christmas is in like 3 days, buddy.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like Christmas. I've never.
I'm aware. I like Christmas, but I wasn't feeling in the very Christmas spirit this year.
Yeah,
I am a little bit now that I'm back home, but this is a very last minute thing.
fair.
So I have not prepared for being in the Christmas spirit.
I get you. Well, yeah, I suppose that's it. We'll be back next week to talk about these shows. Enjoy Stardom
Yep.
Dream Queendom to all you people. I'm sure it's going to be a great show. We're gonna get some cool announcements, I'm sure. Um, if you celebrate Christmas, have a good one. If you don't celebrate Christmas, have a good day. Eat something nice. Eat some treats.
Hanukkah was last Saturday.
Oh, great!
Happy
Happy
Hanukkah,
Hanukkah.
birthday.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know Hanukkah. Um.
My friend's
All
Jewish. I
right.
was invited
Okay.
to her party, but I was a day late.
Oh my God. All right. Well. Yeah. So we'll talk to you next week. That's it. We will close the show. If you want to stand, you may stand. If
Yeah,
you want to sit, you may sit. Believe today, shine tomorrow. You decide what you believe in. Joe.
Ijo. You know what? We should. I want to start doing Stardom Quest Ichiban. I think that would be cool. And then Ijo.
I don't know. We'll probably have
Huh?
to plug our new
Huh?
network. So.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that when we switch shit
Yeah.
over.
Okay.
We'll be
All
good.
right.
We'll be good.
All right. Ijo.
Ijo.